Hello everybody and welcome back to the 1920s Lego City. Welcome to this new overview video in the December of 2023. This was much requested and here it is, the new overview video of my city. We're going to go through the entire city and I'm going to show you the status quo. So let's start as always here at the city park, the central park. Nothing has been changed here in the past, still the same, maybe some new minifigures, but apart from that all is unchanged and still the same as before, just like the elevated railway station here. Nothing new here. I'm planning to update this to, make this more interesting. I mean, now we have an L station that is nice. We have the sign there. We have a roof there. All right, but that could be done better, more like the central station there. So I have some plans in my mind and hopefully they will be put into action pretty soon. Here in the center, in the heart of my city, the town hall has been changed quite a bit in the recent time. So the ground floor is finished, both exterior wise and interior wise. We have the balconies there on both sides, and we have the first floor finished as well with the mayor's office and the courtroom there. So, well, town hall is doing good, but I still need 2 more stories, or if you count the roof, even 3 more stories for that to be complete. And I'm not sure, but maybe that would make that the tallest building in my city. I mean, the Palace Cinema is pretty tall already, Brick Bank's pretty tall already, but still, I think if you take this large clock tower into mind, if you keep that in mind, I think that could make this building the tallest, because, well, this is based pretty much on the town hall of the modular theme. So with that clock tower, I think that could become the tallest building in my city. But well, just have to wait and see. Wait and see is a good word for the museum here. That's been there for, well, quite some time now. I've always talked how I wanted to move that to this space right there, and I still have to do that, because the difficulty here is that I have to reduce the depth on the ground floor in order to, well, make that happen, have the possibility to have that in that space. So I probably have some kind of overhang then there above the train tracks, and, well, you know, other things have been easier to do and have been more pressing and, well, we're more urgent than that. So the museum is still there. The detective's office, my modified version, is still there. However, I am currently in the phase of expanding that with an additional floor, as you can see. So that is in the making there, and hopefully soon ready to be integrated there. The bookshop is still there in place. And what's new here, we have a new corner building there covering the back wall of the Grand Emporium, with a jewelry store on the ground floor there. Looks real nice. Check out the video if you haven't already. I think that is a simple building, but it gets the job done. It's also built like that, with open walls and no separate floors, but just one floor that goes on top of the ground floor there. That was just very convenient because, well, with such a small building size, you don't really have to have separate floors, and you save a couple of parts, and I think it looks quite good. You can see that I have numerous doors there which lead into nothing right now. That is because the building here and the gap is still missing. That is going to be the building that's going to house the staircases there for the buildings So it's going to look like a unique building, but it's actually just going to house the staircases there, but that's okay. And then we have my grocery building slash residential building mod there in place. Nothing special about that. And then I have recently added the Creator 3-in-1 toy shop there, which looks nice but is so adorably small. So if I'm going to keep that there, I will definitely have to add 1 or 2 more stories to that building, because right now it's just way too small, especially next to the elevated railway line. A building that isn't too small definitely is the Downtown Diner, with now 4 stories, 2 additional ones, and I think that just looks really, really great by now, especially with the elevated railway next to that. I think that is a really nice view there, next to the brick bank as well, which is, well, even a bit smaller now than the Downtown Diner. And talking about smaller now, the police headquarters, my mock, that used to be the tallest building in my city, but now Palace Cinema, Brick Bank, and Diner, well, they are all taller than that. So maybe I'm going to add another floor to the police headquarters in the future, but as you can see, due to its size, that's going to be a rather large project as well. Now here we still have the traffic light tower in place, and what's new here on the main street are those black street lights. I've been planning on doing that for quite some time now, and now they are in place on both sides of the road actually, and they just look a lot better. I mean, the modular style lamps, they are a classic. They look nice, but they are so simple, and I just wanted to change things up, and I think those black lights, they do a pretty good job. But let me know what you think about them in the comments down below. Moving on to the harbor, where not a lot has changed since last time. So I think I have removed 1 or 2 boats. The city ferry, I have removed that one for sure, and 1 or 2 other boats which were not so time period appropriately anymore, because I want to be, well, rather strict with my 1920s time era. So anything that doesn't fit too well into that period, I have to cut that out. And, well, it also gives this whole area more space to breathe, and I think that is quite nice. The warehouse is still the same. The semi-portal cranes, I still like them very, very much. Haven't modified them or upgraded them in quite some time, because I really like the design as it is right now. And they work fine. They move here very, very good, and nothing to do there. That's just good. And here we still have the city prison with a lot of crooks right now. I just don't want to store them in any bags, so before I have any idea where to put them, I just put them in there. So, for example, we have one here, just observing what's going on in the harbor, and maybe if there's a chance to, well, get some criminal business done or anything like that. So he's just there for that. The shrimp boat, I think that is new in the harbor here. I think that has not been there before. Shrimp Shack Diner has been there before with the smuggler crates for the sugar smugglers, which bring the sugar into the city, which is then used in the not so abandoned donut factory, as you might know by now. And, well, the donuts are then distributed in the nightclub, which is downstairs in the warehouse building. Check out the video if you haven't already. It looks quite nice, and nothing like what you would expect when looking at this from the exterior. And yeah, the cops are trying their best to stop the citizens of the city of using sugar, but, well, I don't think that they have much of a chance, but well, they still try. They still try. And moving on, we have the corner garage with an additional floor. Nothing new, but it still looks nice, in my opinion. Really nice, like that. And then on the other side of the road, of the main street, we have the Sanctum Sanctorum and the modular police station. I think they go together really, really well. I mean, the modular police station is sort of a placeholder because I already have a police station, police headquarters actually, but it looks nice, and for now that just makes a nice street scene next to the Sanctum Sanctorum. We also have this small plaza, this small town square there with the advertising pillar and the sugar prohibition poster and the bench with some advertising and the phone booth. And yeah, I really like this Sanctum Sanctorum building because it actually makes a nice residential area looking building, and it's also not that deep, so that there is enough space for a small alleyway back there and some stairs for my second elevated railway station. Pretty simple. Downtown, that's its name, and yeah, that is it. We also have some residential buildings on that side of the road, and that is just a more calmer, not that traffic intense road of my city. Nothing special about it. Let's move on to an even more quiet space, the forest, where I have added this very, very small lake with the swamp monster of the Monster Fighters theme. Looks quite nice, very simple. But apart from that, nothing new in the forest. We still have my green mountain, which is more a hill actually, if you look at it. I've been thinking about redesigning this for quite some time now, because I think that would just look better if it was just green on the bottom third and then dark blues and light blues gray on the upper parts. I think that would look a lot better, but well, as time will come, I think that will be changed in the future, as well as the mine here, which is just not time appropriate anymore. The lake here is alright, with the crux highlight from the forest police theme, and I also like this creator lake house there. That looks nice. Little crux highlight from the swamp theme. That looks nice as well. That can stay, that may stay. And then we have some Monster Fighter sets here, and they are there for a reason, because in this vacant space where I used to have the Forest Police Station, that is where I'm going to have a new building in the future of the Monster Fighters theme. I think you know what I mean. If you don't, look it up. It's a pretty iconic building of Lego history in general, so that will be here in the future. Moving back into the city, we have those three small buildings there, which will have a lot of train tracks running through their backyard, so I guess rent's pretty low there, but yeah, they look pretty nice. I'm planning to add another story to the middle building there, because that would just look nicer if we have this continuous staircase-ish look there with three buildings next to one another, but that looks pretty nice. And then here we have the fire station. That is new for this year, but still looks pretty nice. No interior yet, but that will have to come in the future. And you have to excuse the chaos there. That is just very, very chaotic right now, because I'm building the elevated railway building there, which will come in the future. It is being built right now, but I think that could look really, really great. But well, we just have to wait and see. Moving on, we have my third and final elevated railway station. Also pretty simple in design. We have the sign there. We have the footbridge there. And yeah, we have 3 access points actually. Assembly Square, normal staircase to ground floor level, and Parisian restaurant. So that is pretty nice. No idea if that has any realistic counterpart, but if not, should be time to do that. Let's check out the view at the street there. Looks quite nice, but obviously would look even nicer with the building underneath the elevated railway finished. And then here we have the backyard of the pizzeria with the Mafia garage, and not a lot of cars here. One car. I think there could be more stolen cars here, but what makes this look a lot better is obviously the jazz club, which I have modified. So I've removed the pizzeria because we already have a pizzeria and we don't need gang wars in Little Italy. No need for gang wars. And I have sort of cut this corner there, and that just worked perfectly. So now we can have the elevated railway and the jazz club. So glad that worked out. So great, seriously. We have the Grand Central Station there. Nothing new to see, just there doing its thing, and that's it. And then here we have the boutique hotel, expanded by another floor, and yeah, that just looks really, really nice. And here we are with 2 additional hotel signs. I think they have been needed very, very badly, but they make this look a lot better. And that is it for this video already. So let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. I hope you've had a good year, and I hope you have a good new year. So happy new year already from my side. So let me know what you think about my city, my 1920 city as of now.